In this video, I'm going to show you 5 methods Ecom brands use to skyrocket revenue with SEO. If you don't know who I am Ecom Martinez. I am a Shopify SEO expert. I've been in the SEO industry for over 6 years now. I've worked on over 200 projects and I've helped scale some of them to over 7 figures in annual revenue. So let's get to the video. So it's 5 methods, but I want to make it clear that there is something that you need to do before, these 5 methods. Because if you don't do this, then the 5 methods will not work. Because if you don't do this, then the search engine is going to have difficulty crawling and understanding the content on your site. So you always want to start with a technical SEO audit. I'm not going to go over it in this video because that would make this video super long, but you want to, fix common technical SEO issues on Shopify. This is the list. You can go through it if you want, through here. You want to do a sitemap crawl and you want to resolve any issues on Google Search Console. I have a full training on that here. I'll leave a link in the description so you can actually do this on your own time. It'll not take long. It'll take a day or two, right? But I want to make it clear that you need to do this before implementing any of the 5 methods, or the methods will not work. Because again, if the search engine has trouble crawling around understanding the content in your site, then none of these things are going to work. So let's get to method number 1. Method number 1 is optimizing your navigation and site structure, your homepage, for SEO. This is super key, and this is so overlooked by even large e-commerce brands. The reason you want to do this is because, your homepage has significant link equity. When it comes to your backlink profile, majority of your backlinks are going to be pointing to your homepage. Makes sense, right? Like, it's your homepage, it's your brand page. Like, if someone mentions your brand on another website or on news publication mentions your brand, it's going to be a link to your homepage. It's not going to be a link to a blog post or a shopping page. So a significant amount of your links are going to be pointing to your homepage. And you want to funnel all that link juice. You want to make the most of that link equity and feature your key pages on your homepage, right? And key pages in terms of which pages have the most search volume, which pages are going to drive revenue growth. Because a lot of huge brands feature their best-selling products. Usually it's their best-selling products, but these individual product pages don't have significant search volume, right? And you're just wasting your link equity if you're not featuring product category pages or even product pages. If some product pages have significant search volume, yes, feature them on your homepage. This is always a good example of good navigation, site structure, and homepage. So I always use this example because it's very easy to understand. It's very clear to see what they're doing, blind style. So if you want to look at what a good homepage and good navigation looks like, check out blind style, right? As you can see, this is their homepage, and immediately they're featuring key collections or product category page at the top of their homepage. Each of these product category pages have significant search volume. And if they rank for these category pages, it will drive significant revenue growth, right? Wooden blinds, roller blinds, even aluminum Venetian blinds, these all have significant search volume. And you want to make the most of your homepage's backlink profile or your homepage's significant link equity and funnel all that link juice to these key category pages. And they're not just doing it here, they're doing it everywhere. Even these shop by color, black blinds, gray blinds, white blinds, cream blinds, these all have search volume, right? Even these white roller blinds, blackout roller blinds, white Venetian blinds, by room, conservatory blinds, bathroom blinds, kitchen blinds, you can already understand that these are all, product category pages with significant search volume. This is what people are searching for. And therefore, that's why they're featuring these pages on their homepage. Because when they want to, send all their homepages link juice to these key category pages. Okay? And it's the same thing with the navigation. If you can see the navigation here, it's exactly what's on the homepage, but in navigation form, right? By blind type. These are basically the blind type. Wooden blinds, roller blinds, the same thing. Wooden blinds, roller blinds. By color, black, orange, gray. Same thing here. Black, gray, cream, brown. By window type, bay window blinds, conservatory blinds. That's what's over here, right? Conservatory blinds, bathroom blinds, kitchen blinds. But this is by room. Yeah, same thing, right? But again, the key here is to make the most of your homepage's significant link equity and funnel all that link juice to your key pages, right? They're usually shopping pages with the highest search volume. most of the time it's going to be your product category or collection pages, but sometimes it's going to be your product pages. You just want to do your keyword research and figure it out, right? And that alone will make a huge difference in your SEO campaigns, just featuring these key pages. And there's nothing wrong with featuring these key pages, right? Like, I understand like a lot of brands want to feature their best-selling products, but these key pages are still, what people are searching for. Again, you're looking at search volume, right? You're judging, you're making this decision based on search volume. And if a product category page has significant search volume, that reflects consumer demand, right? Like if Wooden Blinds has 10,000 search volume a month, that just shows that that's what people are looking for, right? So if you're featuring it at the top of your homepage, that's a good thing, because like there's 10,000 people looking for this page, right? So yeah, that's method number one. It makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference because backlinks are still one of the top ranking factors for these search engines, right? Okay, let's move on to number two. Number two, shopping page optimization. When it comes to e-commerce SEO, shopping pages will drive significantly more revenue than blog posts. So it's key to prioritize shopping page optimization, right? Based on the amount of projects I've worked on, shopping pages will drive a majority of the revenue growth through SEO. Okay, so what are the shopping pages? Those are your collection pages and your product pages. So let's start with the collection pages. How do you optimize collection pages for SEO? So this is how we typically do it. This is the template that we like to use. We have the category name on top, short description below that, then the product grid. This is where a lot of e-commerce brands stop, but you want to add, a detailed category description below that, answer some frequently asked questions, and even have a featured review section at the bottom of your category page, right? Product pages usually have reviews already, but on your product category and collection pages, you want to add featured reviews at the bottom. This not only helps SEO, but actually improves conversion rate as well, right? And the reason we want to add all this content at the bottom of the page is because the goal here is to show the search engines that you are the authority or expert in your industry, right? And how does that work exactly? Because when it comes to SEO, the goal is really just to show the search engine that you are the authority or expert in the industry and that you're providing the best answers, right? And there's two ways to do this. There's backlinks and content. So the reason Amazon ranks for a ton of keywords is because they have a ton of backlinks. But most e-com brands don't have a ton of backlinks. So they have to basically make up for that by publishing good content, and not just content in the form of blog posts, but actually content on your shopping pages as well, right? To give you a clear example of what you should try to achieve here is, like, if you're looking at wooden blinds, right? If a customer is looking for wooden blinds, they probably have a bunch of questions about wooden blinds, right? Like, obviously they want to, if they're Googling wooden blinds, they're looking to purchase a wooden blind. But they also have a bunch of questions about wooden blinds, right? Questions like, should I get the faux or real wooden blinds, right? Do wooden blinds block out sunlight? What are the benefits of real wooden blinds? These are all questions customers have about wooden blinds. And if you're answering them directly on your collection or product category page like this, they don't have to go back to Google and search for these questions again and go to another brand to get their questions answered, right? If they stay on your page and get their answers on your page, that is a positive signal to the search engine. The search engine's thinking, oh, this brand must be the expert or authority in the industry because it's answering every single question these users have about wooden blinds, right? This brand, like, users don't have to go to another brand to get their questions answered. That's basically the goal here when you're thinking about adding content to these product category pages. You want to make sure that each of these, you want to make sure that the content you're adding is useful and relevant. You don't want to just add fluff, because the search engine can tell if it's just fluff like this, because the users will just ignore it. But if you're adding content like this, like content that, users actually care about, questions that users are actually asking, then it can only help you in SEO and conversions, right? So that's how we would do it for product categories. And it's pretty much the same for products, for product pages, right? Like this is typically how most product pages are built or designed, right? Product images here, star ratings, buy now, short description, features, specifications. But again, you want to add more content below, right? Through a detailed product description and some frequently asked questions, right? The reviews at the bottom, that's very common. Every single product page will have these reviews, but you want to add more questions. You want to add more content in the form of a detailed product description and frequently asked questions. And again, the goal is the same. You just want to show the search engine that your brand is the expert or authority in your industry, because users don't have to go to another brand to get their questions answered, right? They're basically getting their questions answered right on your shopping pages, which is key, right? So that's method number 2. That's another method we use to skyrocket revenue for e-commerce brands. Collection page optimization specifically, like in the start of an SEO campaign, what we like to do is we like to do keyword research and publish as much collections as possible, targeting categories, subcategories, because a lot of brands are actually leaving so much money on the table because they're not building enough collection pages. And then optimizing them, obviously, adding content to them. This alone will make a huge difference when it comes to your brand's SEO. Okay, moving on to method number 3. Method number 3 is blog content publishing and optimization. And the goal here is pretty much the same as method 2, right? The goal here is to still show the search engine that you are the authority or expert in your industry through content. But instead of the content on your shopping pages, it's through blog content. Because, your customers, users will have questions that cannot be answered through an FAQ or cannot be sufficiently answered through an FAQ, right? They're going to have questions that are that need more in-depth, more comprehensive answers, right? A good example would be like, what is the Korean skincare routine, right? It's a 10-step Korean skincare routine. You cannot answer that in a shopping page, right? Because you need a more detailed, comprehensive answer like this. Step 1, oil-based or balm cleanser. Step 2, water-based cleanser. Step 3, exfoliator, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Like you need a more comprehensive answer. And to provide a more comprehensive answer, you need to publish supporting blog content. Again, the goal here is the same. You want to show the search engine that you are the authority or expert in your industry by answering every single question a user might have about your products, your product categories, right? Blog content, if they rank themselves, will not drive significant revenue growth, but they will improve the rankings of your shopping pages through topical authority, like I mentioned, and internal linking, which is actually method number 4, right? So you want to publish blog content and a ton of blog content, right? And I get this question a lot, like, how do I know what to write for my blog posts, like what to cover, et cetera, et cetera? It's super simple. Like just Google your target keyword and see what's currently ranking, right? And you want to just cover what they're covering and answering the questions better, right? So it's, again, if it's Korean skincare routine, you want to cover all 10 steps, right? And you kind of want to just structure it the same way. Step 1, step 2, step 3. But, if you can, provide a better answer, right? Provide more graphics, like Soko Glam likes to do it this way, right? It's more user interactive, what it does, how to do it, ingredients to love, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, you kind of want to get an idea based on what's currently ranking, because the search engine is telling you, we like this piece of content. We like how they did it, right? And if you do it the same way, then you're basically getting a guide on how to do it properly, right? So yeah, use the search engine to actually dictate or as a guide to how to write blog posts well. Okay. And the 4th method is internal linking. Internal linking is key because a lot of brands don't do it correctly. And it's one of those things that are easy to implement and make a big difference. I have a dedicated video going over this in great detail, but this is basically how the strategy looks like. Okay. I'm going to show you in a paint. So For example, you have a key shopping page, right? It could be your collection page, it could be a product page, depending on your brand, but you have a key shopping page. You want to feature that key page on the homepage and the navigation, right? That was, method number one, because again, your homepage has a significant backlink profile that you want to make the most of, right? But on top of that, you want to do method number three as well, right? Publish a bunch of blog posts. See, you can see now how each of these methods can work well alone, but how they all, work way better when you do them all together, right? You have key blog posts from doing method number three, and you want to internally link all those blog posts to your key page, right? You want to sell all that link juice, to the key page, because these blog posts are going to get backlinks as well, whether you build them intentionally or you're just getting them naturally because they start ranking. And you want to funnel all that link juice to your key pages. Because again, when it comes to e-commerce SEO, your shopping pages are what's going to drive significant revenue growth, not your blog posts. Your blog posts can rank and they will drive some revenue, but if you want crazy revenue growth, you need to rank your key shopping pages, your product category, your collection pages, or your product pages. You want to do this. You want to internally link all your supporting blog content to your collection page or your product page. But something that other brands, don't do is that you can actually link from your key page to your blog posts. You want to limit this though. You don't want to do this too much because again, you want to keep all that link juice on your key pages, but you can internally link a few. You can have a few internal links from your key page to your blog posts because it makes sense, right? And you're kind of keeping the loop open, right? The link juice doesn't get just stuck here. It goes back out and then back in, right? And it just makes sense, right? Like if your key page is Korean moisturizer, right? If this is Korean moisturizer, doesn't it make sense to link to the Korean skincare routine where they can see all the other steps, right? Toner, cleanser, oil cleanser, etc. And then link this to your other key pages, right? Like, oh, this is the toner. This is the cleanser, right? Doesn't this make sense? Doesn't it make sense for this user experience? And if it's good for user experience, it's good for the search engine as well, right? So that's basically how we like to do our internal linking. Implementing internal linking like this makes a huge difference. If these internal links didn't exist, you're gonna have significantly worse results, right? Even if you do method three and you publish a ton of blog content, if you're not like showing the search engine how they are connected, right? These connections, they're not going to be as effective. So you want to make sure your internal linking is down, right? If you want to learn more about that, I have a dedicated YouTube video going over this. You can look for that in my YouTube channel. Okay. That's method number 4. And the last method, it's still a top ranking factor. And it's something that a lot of brands are scared to do because it's expensive, right? But if you're serious about ranking, then you need quality backlinks, right? Like just like Korean skincare routine, right? Like look at the top rankers. They usually have a significant backlink profile. Okay, this one not so much because I'm in Poland and this is like the local result. But look at everyone else, like Vogue.com, DR91. How many referring domains? 255K referring domains to the domain, 49 to the specific page, right? SocoGlam, DR72, right? 6.6K referring domains. The Clogs, DR63, 4.4K referring domains, 9 referring domains to the page, right? So if you're serious about ranking, you need quality backlinks. It's unrealistic to think that you'll rank if your competitors have this backlink profile and you don't, right? And don't be scared, like, yeah, okay, you might be overwhelmed, like, oh shoot, Vogue is a DR91. They have 49 referring domains to the specific page. How am I ever going to outrank them, right? Like again, there's 2 ways to do it: content and backlinks. If you optimize both content and backlinks, you have a better chance of outranking these large brands, right? And when it comes to link building, majority of the backlinks we build are going to be guest posts and link insertions. They're just reliable, they're just so easy to determine, okay, I need 5 backlinks this month. let's get some guest posts and link insertions, right? It's just so reliable versus like digital PR where you can't really determine, okay, decide how many backlinks you get every month. Yeah. Or even like creating like linkable assets, like you don't have as much control versus like guest posts and link insertions. We have a full guide on this in our Shopify SEO Mastermind. I won't go over everything in this video because this video will be so long. If you look at this guide is like I think almost 50 pages, right? Because building backlinks is one of the most difficult things when it comes to SEO. Like, and then the important thing here is that you're building quality backlinks. When we look at the link gap between us and our competitors, we don't even count every single link. We're looking at only quality because the search engine ignores low quality backlinks or bad backlinks. So you should just do the same thing, right? You just want to build quality backlinks. And again, the method I suggest is guest posting and link insertions or niche edits. Like this is taking so long to load because of how long this training actually is. But yeah, that's method number 5. And when it comes to guest posts and link insertions, the key thing is to make sure that they're quality, right? Like we have a bunch of metrics that we like to look at. This is taking a million years. So you want to make sure it's quality. Like when it comes to guest posts and link insertions. So when it comes to guest posts, the goal is to make sure that you're trying to rank your guest posts. So like don't just, do like 500 word articles that most people are doing. You want to actually just try to rank your guest posts. So depending on the target keyword, you actually want to write content that's optimized for SEO as well. And when it comes to link insertions, you want to look for pages that already have some ranking, some traffic, and that's where you want to get your link insertions. That's basically the general idea behind guest posting and link insertions. If you're doing a guest post and a link insertion and the site doesn't have traffic, if it's irrelevant, if it's spammy, then that is not a quality backlink, right? It's better to pay $200, $300 for a quality backlinks than $5 for 100 shitty backlinks, right? When it comes to backlinks, it's quality over quantity. Okay. And yeah, those are the 5 methods ecom brands use to skyrocket revenue with SEO. Again, each of these methods will work on their own, but they're better when you do them all together. And if you want to learn how to do this yourself, we have actually trainings for each of these methods. They're available in our Shopify SEO Mastermind. I will leave a link in the description. Okay. And if you want us to do this for your brand, you can apply to work with us. I will leave a link in the description as well. We get our clients at least a 10x ROI, with one brand getting as much as a 197x ROI. So we know what we're doing. Again, if you want to work with us, the link will be in the description. But yeah, that's it for now. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for listening. Cheers.